let's examine another period of time. So this is 2018. So if you recall, this is where the China and US trade war started. So I think that's related to the news. So there's a change of character bar after a kind of a buying climax. So this is a buying climax, acceleration to the upside, followed by a change of character, automatic reaction. All right, so that actually defines the trading range. But if you look at service now, so now, okay, so this is a weekly chart. So if you look at service now, maybe let me use a trading view. I think it's a bigger chart. Okay, let me use trading view right here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is trading view. Service now is the bottom pan, and this is the S&P 500. All right, so we can definitely see that. Just follow my my pointer right here. Okay, so you can definitely tell that when the S&P 500 actually had a reaction, this is quite a sharp reaction, right? So if we use, let me pull up the price range. So this is like a correction or a pullback of around 10%. But look at service now. So service now at that point of time is like this two week, so 2 bar 2 weeks. So that is really totally not affected. It's like just a non-event to them. So okay, again, it's about 10%. But if you just take a look at the spread of the bar, so and consider the beta of the this stock service now, it should really like 2 or 3 times because of the beta. But in fact, it's sort of just in line with the S&P 500. So if you just look at the candle, it is really not that scary at all. All right, and in fact, while it's actually forming like kind of another test right here, so this is a low, and then we have another high low test. Service now is actually forming a lot higher low. So look at this, it's almost like uptrend. So this is really uptrend, pullback. While this is really like kind of this is a change of character, and then we have another test. So very volatile. While here is kind of tradable. So this is just a pullback within an uptrend, and then subsequently it just form a higher high and higher low throughout. And it started to get affected when we have this Christmas sell-off back in 2018. So you can definitely see that the reaction is definitely quite sharp right here, but it didn't really break below, or in fact, it's kind of have a spring. So it's like a probably intra-week, have a dip below, and then followed by another commitment above. Unlike the S&P 500, there is quite a clear breakdown. So there is a breakdown bar, like a capitulation bar with increasing of the volume, and also this is the most bearish bar that we've ever seen out from this downswing. So certainly, I think at that point, a lot of people are yelling like, "Well, the sky is falling and we're going to go down," like something like this. But this actually caught a lot of the people surprise, where we have this V bottom, all right, where we have the kind of the vertical absorption to the upside. Wow, for the service now, the now is actually forming another structure itself. So this is another accumulation structure, very short-term accumulation, short weeks. And then subsequently, there is a sign of strength rally, shallow pullback, backing up, and then we have the sign of strength rally breaking out. All right. So if you compare the outperformance within this stock now, so definitely you can already tell that there's a lot of the outperforming elements right here. So high lows throughout, and then this is just act like as an uptrend, trending up. Wow, this is quite a straightforward trading range, and there's a breakdown forming a lower low. While here is definitely actually this is definitely not a higher low, and not even a spring. So sorry, yeah, I think this is from this 2 bar alone correspond to this 2 bar. So definitely this is a higher low. So there's a lot of the strength showing up right here. So there's strength showing up during the pullback. There's strength showing up during the breakdown right here. And there's even strength showing up on the way up as well. So there are a lot of strengths everywhere else within the trading range of the S&P 500. And ultimately, we see that service now actually just have a acceleration to the upside when the market actually recover. So if you look at how the market recover, how much the market actually recover is something like 12%. So from here, this is the breakout bar. So here to probably the peak right here is about 12%, while service now from the breakout bar to exactly the same period of time is around 58%. So it's almost like 5 times. So this is the leverage that we talk about. So that's why I always emphasize that focus on the outperforming stocks, because they always bottom out first. They always outperform. So they will always give us more return, and it's a lot more return than the market. So even if you don't buy option, just simply using cash to buy the stocks, this is the outperformance just within a short period of time. Okay, so this is in 2018. Now, or if you want, I think in general, SaaS, software as a service, the whole industry group is actually outperforming. So not to mention about this is just one stock alone. So if you look at Adobe, if you look at other software as a service, then you will find that in general, they are outperforming the market by a lot. All right, so now let's just probably use another example. Let's take an example for the current year. Okay, okay, so outperforming group and then followed by stock. So I just want to use this as an example. You can also use probably Solar, and then you can take First Solar, FSLR, or you can take Enphase, but I use Healthtech, Lantis. So I think Lantis is another good example. So let's take a look at Healthtech Lantis. All right, so let's see Lantis, and then we compare it with the S&P 500 for this year. So let's just pull it to this year. All right, maybe let's stick to weekly chart as well. All right, so here we go. This is Lantis. So I think it's quite obvious. Maybe let me align the timeline here. Okay, so this is January 3rd this year. All right, so I don't really need to mention a lot about the strength or the outperformance factor. You can definitely see it yourself. It's very clear and straightforward. Lantis has been in a kind of a base or a potential accumulation, big structure right here, routing, followed by maybe something like come and handle, okay, something like this. So this is a accumulation structure. So supply has been decreasing, especially on the right-hand side of the chart, okay, and we see a very shallow pullback with a higher low. So that's the characteristics of a accumulation structure. And when we actually see the breakout actually happened in February. So while the market actually started to crumble, so the market actually became very weak with the breakdown bar, and then with the redistribution forming a lower high and also lower low. So this is a straight down trend, lower high, lower low, while this is straight up trend, high high, high low, very straightforward. And even with the most recent pullback, so maybe let me use the mouse the cursor. Okay, so you can definitely see that when that's in June. So in June, we in the market we have a lower low. So a lower low in the market in the S&P 500. However, what happened to Lantis? So Lantis also have a reaction, but the reaction is a higher low. So we got a higher low throughout. Okay, and even during the most recent pullback or a lot of the shakeout for some other stocks, so the pullback is actually quite sharp. So this is something like 10%, 9.78%. So 10% pullback in the S&P 500. Look at this. It's quite a shallow type of the pullback in Lantis. So Lantis is also having a pullback in the most recent correction in August, but it sort of acted like maybe this is a breakout, this is some strong rally. That's just a normal pullback itself. So it's not a failure. It's not very threatening in terms of the supply. Supply has been decreasing. So these are all the good signs. So this is outperforming. So outperforming stocks actually will show a lot of the characteristics, especially when the market is going down, when the market is undergo correction. So we can definitely easily can identify these outperforming stocks. And what's even better is that there's a whole chunk of the group within Healthtech, which I have already curated in the Excel spreadsheet. And I'm also going to show you during the US stock watch list. We'll go through that as well. So if you haven't really have a time to check out the Excel spreadsheet within the membership site, definitely go to there and check it out, because there are probably just less than 20 stocks that you need to focus, and they are the potential multi-baggers in the next bull run. When the market actually settled down itself, become very clear, and when everyone is yelling like, well, the bull run begin. So I think that's already, that this sort of the outperforming stocks already have another great run. So don't really miss out this sort of the run. So look at this. So from the top to, I assume this is a bottom in June. Look at Lantis. From $30 now is probably around 80, 85. So this is the power of the outperforming stocks. And not only Lantis, there are also a number of the other stocks within the same group, same industrial group in the health tech sector. We'll just go through that. If not, you can also check out the Excel spreadsheet, the Google Sheet within the membership site. All right, so hopefully this gives you a clearer picture about the outperforming stocks. So during the market correction or during a lot of the volatility in the market itself, it's very easy to get confused whether the market is bottom. But really, this is not the most important question. The most important question is, do we get in these outperforming stocks? Do we buy that? Do we get the right entry? Do we manage a risk within the entry point? So these are the most important questions that we need to ask ourselves in order to get in these outperforming stocks while the market is bottoming, or at least we know that it's still outperforming stocks. So generally, it's a lot safer to trade this, if not invest or position trade them. If you want to catch my latest videos, click on the subscribe button and the bell right now so that you get instant notification once I upload my latest video. If you want to check out my online courses, go to tradeprecise.com to find out how to profit consistently from any market without using complex indicator or understanding any financial statement, no matter you are trading or investing.